One. We're back.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Aisha Praught-Leer with Eric Jenkins, and we're back for another week of Off the Rails. We are recording on February 8th, Super Bowl Sunday. How fired up are you?
Super Bowl Sunday. Pats are in it. A lot has happened this week. We found out Pizzagate's real. Pats are the Super Bowl. Like a lot of stuff has gone on. It's been absolute chaos. Lots happened in the running world. Got the Winter Olympics going on. I know you're a huge snow girl now, so I'm sure you've got stuff to talk about.
Big snow girl now.
So yeah,
Yeah, we've had a hell of a week. Where do you even want to begin?
I'll let you. I'm like you can. You're in the driver's seat, girl. You can take it wherever you want to go.
Okay, first of all, let me know, like, how big of a Pats fan are you? Do you like know the stats of the people, or are you just like there for vibes?
I would say I'm somewhere in between. I'm not a maniacal fan, but I am a big Pats fan. But no, I'm not like glued to my TV every single game, reading off stats and
Okay.
going nuts. But so I'm somewhere in between, hardcore fan and a vibes dude.
Are there any like hotties on the team? I'm not sure I could name a Pats player, to be honest.
Are there any hotties on the team? Well, we are led by the one and only Drake May, who we need an absolutely huge game from today.
Okay.
Barely squeaked by your Denver Broncos a couple weeks ago, and we need to
when we
really
didn't even
step
have
it
our
up.
quarterback.
You didn't have your quarterback, but
I'm Googling hot guys on the Patriots. Okay. Thirst-worthy hunks playing in Super Bowl. Yeah, let's see.
There you go. That's exactly the title you're looking for.
Drake May, I would not call him a hunk.
He's got a great personality.
Christian Gonzalez, I'd call him a hunk.
Yeah, I don't even know him. See, like this is where real Pats fans are gonna be like, dude, come on.
Dude, come on. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of hunks.
Slim pickings in the New England locker room.
Slim pickings, like
no one could get it. You can.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, no. Team's not hot.
Okay. Okay. Well, then, okay. Who's like the hottest guy in the NFL then, in your opinion, in your humble opinion?
Why am I blanking on his name? He plays for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, probably the hottest.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a good. That was you had that pretty. That was a quick draw. You had that lined up.
Yeah, I think unequivocal. Like great person too. So that it's the double whammy. You're hot and you're cool.
Yeah, it goes. That takes you very far in life.
It does. It really does. What do you have a hottest NFL player?
Well, look, being a New England guy, we have Tom Brady. Everybody in New England is absolutely obsessed with Tom Brady. He's the gold standard. So, and I know he's not in the NFL anymore, but you say hot NFL players and
give me current.
I'm originally going to go to Tom Brady. Who is that? There was another quarterback.
Joe Burrow.
No, I think he was like I think he's like a backup quarterback. He was very good for He played for Notre Dame.
Are you talking about the guy that was like dating the adult film worker?
I don't know his dating.
Jimmy G or something.
No, that was actually another Patriots quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
He's also very hot. Who he was dating a porn star?
Mm-hmm.
Which porn star, if you don't mind me asking?
I gotta look it up. I don't have those at the top of my head as well as I have the NFL players.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. You don't want to out yourself even if you did. Notre Dame hot quarterback. Mia Khalifa.
Kiara Mia.
Not familiar with her work.
Me either.
I'm not familiar with her body of work. No. Oh, here we go. I think it's Sam Hartman.
Sam Hartman.
Toss a Google into Sam Hart. I believe he's a backup quarterback. Maybe for the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. That'll rev the
That'll
engines,
do.
huh?
Yeah. Washington Commanders. Yeah, he's giving like Jason Momoa, but not quite as like island.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Derivative. Yeah.
Interesting. I wasn't gonna go Jason Momoa.
Well, it's like the strong jaw,
Very
and
strong
the beard,
jaw.
and yeah.
Great
No,
head
he
of
looks
hair.
like he looks like an Avenger.
He does. He absolutely. He if he could act at all, he'd be in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you'd like Sam Hartman. You're a sucker for an absolute dynamic
unit.
face card. Yeah,
I am. Yeah.
A true unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be watching the game?
I will be watching the game. I love the Super Bowl. And even if I'm not, like, I'll probably put a couple of bets in just so I get more engaged in the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole spectacle of the Super Bowl is really fun. Love the commercials.
Yep.
I live for the halftime show. I live for it. I've got my boy Bad Bunny. I've been listening to him all week, even more so than I usually do.
You're a huge Bad Bunny girl.
I'm a big Bad Bunny girl.
So it's a big day for you.
Big day for me. Big day for me. And it's the anticipation of seeing who are going to be the surprise cameos, like all of it. Like, what are the celebs that are going to be in the Super Bowl commercial? What athletes are going to be in the Super Bowl commercials? Are there going to be any commercials that make me cry? Am I going to laugh out loud? Like, I would like, the Super Bowl is like a probably top 10 event for me.
Oh, you love the Super Bowl
on television. I love the Super Bowl. I love it.
Okay, here we go.
I love the snacks and making wings.
You love all of it.
I love all of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were such a Super Bowl girl. It's fun.
Yeah, big time.
Who are you rooting for?
I haven't decided yet.
Sounds like the Seahawks.
I really haven't decided.
It's okay.
I need to do a little bit more research. I need like a story. Because neither are my team. I need like someone that I really want to root for, someone that I find a connection to that I want to root for. And
you'll just decide 5 minutes before the coin flip?
Probably in the next little bit here. Like
you'll story dig.
I'll story dig. I haven't scrolled enough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out. So we'll see. I'm rooting for a good game. Ooh, a little. What you got there?
This is a yerba mate.
I love those, actually.
It's a hard pivot from my my blue raspberry, whatever it was, Sour Patch Kid Ghost energy drink. Enlightenment yerba mate, big fan so far in the first couple sips.
Have you had one before?
I want to say yes. I must have stumbled across one at some point, but
I usually feel really good on them.
Okay, that's a glowing review.
Yeah. I'm on a caffeine cleanse.
Still.
Yeah, I'm still on this caffeine cleanse. And I'm trying to make it at least 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been drinking a lot of decaf coffee. I'm almost ready to be done with this.
How do you feel? Are you having the benefits that you were what were you hoping to get out of your cleanse? Just resetting the receptors? Yeah.
Reset the receptors. I was hoping to sleep better. Like, I've been pretty like jittery, antsy the last probably like the entire month of January. So I was hoping that by cutting out caffeine, I would sleep like harder, deeper, I wouldn't be like as reliant on the next cup of coffee, the next cup of coffee. Again, I'm still on my hydration journey. I was just like hoping for a full, like, unplug, wait 30 seconds, plug me back in, see what happens. I am sleeping so well.
Oh,
It's
really?
unbelievable. Like, I wear an Aura ring. I have for 4 years. And I'm going to bed. I'm falling asleep instantaneously. I am sleeping through the night like a dead person. Like, I normally am like up a few times. We'll go to the ladies' room once at least. I'll, lay awake and marinate on something I have to do the next day. None of that. I am just going to sleep. I am sleeping for 8 hours. I am waking up. And I'm waking up feeling pretty good.
I mean, I can tell just by the passion in your voice right there. It seems like you're getting exactly what you want out of the caffeine reset. Now, is there a part of you that thinks, I don't even know if I want to go back to it?
Well, no.
Yeah.
I love caffeine. But there is a part of me that there's two parts of me. One part of me is like, this is really good for me.
There are
Like,
two wolves inside everybody.
Yeah. And the good wolf is saying, this is really good for you. Just keep it going. Like, maybe you actually aren't dependent on this drug. The other part of me is like, look, I went skiing yesterday. I'm really tired. I went to Pilates this morning. What I could really use is a yerba mate.
Yeah.
Or what if I drank any type of energy drink? Insert energy drink here now. What could I achieve?
I've got the product for you.
Yeah.
I've got just the thing for you.
Yeah. This would be like a great opportunity for an ad read, but we don't have one this week. But
I've got to reach out to the energy drink people.
We've got to reach out to the energy drink people. That would be such a good way to bring me back into my favorite drug, caffeine.
Yeah, it's like, what better than a ghost energy? Actually, well, my favorite energy drinks are the white monsters. So ideally, that's
what is that? Is it like this flavor of a white airhead?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not. My palate isn't as familiar with white airheads, so I don't know. But white monsters, they're very popular in the energy drink game. People love them.
What makes them special?
They are, I believe they're I believe they're sugar free. Lots of, of course, other chemicals. That's neither here nor there. But they just taste. They are very tasty, scrumptious even. And so that's
what's the flavor?
It's white. I don't know. It's just
it's like blue raspberry. Like, what even is that?
Yeah. What is blue raspberry?
Yeah.
But it makes I didn't even think about that until now, but it makes total, like, blue raspberry. It's like, oh yeah, everyone knows. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense, but you're like,
That's not what raspberries are.
Yeah.
It's not at all what raspberries are. So I couldn't tell you what flavor White Monster is, but I'll reach out to the Monster people. If we don't hear back from them and they're not interested, I'll shoot out some feelers to the Ghost Energy Drink people. We'll just go down the line. Maybe Celsius. I love a good Celsius. You know that.
Yeah, I know you. I know you really do. I've seen those go down the hatch a few times.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've done the caffeine reset, once or twice, a month here, a month there. I don't know if I got the same sleep benefits you did. No, it wasn't like it wasn't life-changing sleep. I just missed the little bit of dopamine. I need all the dopamine I can get, right? And that morning, I like getting revved up in the morning.
Yeah, you do.
And the no coffee, it takes a little bit extra to do that.
It does. It does. I'm stumbling and I'm bumbling around. Like, I am not. I'm really never that cute in the morning, but with no caffeine, it is just a little bit of a longer on ramp for me to be like, I'm up. I feel rested, but I'm not really firing. The cylinders are not cylindering.
Yeah. So you got how many? You got 2 more. How many? 2 more weeks? You want to go a month?
How long do you do it?
I did it. I think 1 month.
Oh, geez, Louise.
It's not like I. This isn't something I do all the time.
Okay.
I've done it twice.
One thing that this was really popular when probably like 10 years ago in the athlete community, like when you're leading into a big race, you do a caffeine cleanse so that when you got to the race and you did your normal caffeine, it was like you were on rocket fuel, and like you'd have this like crazy performance benefit because your body is now ingesting a substance quite foreign to it, and you'd be like, you'd have rocket blasters. And I never did it as an athlete because I love myself, and I
Huh.
I didn't want to deprive myself of caffeine um, on a daily basis because my training would probably have suffered. But then a study came out saying like actually just have more caffeine. Like it's not like
Just
it's
double
just
the
not
dose.
just have more. Like it's not really that great. Like there's other ways to go around this. And I will say with Will, my husband, and with my training partner, Emma, it was such a relief to me to be in like the closest person to them when the study came out of like, thank God, like you can go back to having caffeine and I'm not having to deal with a not caffeinated zombie person until race day. I think that liberated a lot of athletes that like, oh, we don't have to do this.
Do you think maybe it was a fake study pushed by them?
It was me. I actually wrote this fake study because I was tired of dealing with zombies. But
you emailed Emma and CC'd Will, and you're like, look at this study.
Check this out. Yeah, strictly for my own benefit. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how long I go. Probably. I don't know. We'll check in on it next week.
Yeah, we don't need to put a hard date on it.
We don't need to. I'm doing my best. I've got some hydration. I have some decaf coffee. We're in our Saturday or Sunday groove. I was just upstairs catching up on the women's downhill. Did you watch the opening ceremonies at all?
I did not.
Mariah Carey performed.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. That's a big guest, and I've seen or heard absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah, it was.
There's a lot going on in the news, though.
There's a lot going on in the news. There's so much going on. But this was a bright spot. Of course, we love the Olympics, and so this was Friday night. We had a friend visit. We have a friend visiting this weekend, and my plan was to make an Italian dinner, watch the opening ceremonies. It was great. It was really long. This is sort of a gripe, but now that we are like TikTok idiots and consume tons of short form content, a long opening ceremonies is a bit taxing. Like
how long are we talking?
Like hours.
Hours?
Yeah.
That is very long.
Hours. And it is, there's so many beautiful moments and symbols and themes that happen at an opening ceremonies. And they're like, one of the most amazing moments was Charlize Theron comes out and delivers, it was like this whole like peace montage, which is very topical for all the shit that is happening in the world. There were these dancers, and they like took the form of a dove. Charlize Theron comes out, reads a Nelson Mandela, recites a Nelson Mandela quote. It's like this beautiful moment. But because we're all short form content hoes, essentially, I think it's getting lost. Like people aren't talking about it because that was buried like 2 hours into this thing. But Mariah Carey showed out, Andrea Bocelli, incredible. That was like the end, like right either before or after the torch got lit. It was this beautiful performance, not a dry eye in the place. It was great. But it was very, I don't know if you watched the opening ceremonies from Paris last year, but again, like very long and very like true to the host country of like what's going, like their art, their culture, Love it. I just could have probably taken an hour off the top.
So you'd cut the whole performance in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can. Let's make this tighter. Let's wrap this up. We get the gist of what you're doing, but it's a bit long.
Right. Like the Super Bowl halftime show it was 3.5 hours long.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. The Super Bowl halftime show is too short, but it is perfect. Like I want like 5 more minutes of the Super Bowl halftime show. So I'm thinking that like an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe an hour 45 would be the perfect length of time for an opening ceremonies.
That seems reasonable. I think you could get a lot accomplished in an hour 45.
Mariah Carey can still come out.
Give them two. Let's round it up. Give them 2 hours. You're still cutting off a great amount of it, but let's make it clean 2. That's reasonable. But you're going to need to interspace the entertainment throughout. Right? It's like, okay, every 15 minutes, give me a new star to help our TikTok brains get through it. It's like, it's like
content.
This dopamine rat needs a piece of cheese every 15 minutes or we're out of here. Right? So it's like, 14 minutes comes up. It's like, I'm getting bored. Then Charlize Theron comes out. Right? Then, okay, now we got every few minutes. Let's keep it going.
Yes. And I love the Parade of Nations. Incredible. Love to see the outfits. I'm here for an outfit always. I loved Team USA's outfit. They looked incredibly classic. I loved the winter whites, winter cream. Did you see any of the outfits?
I have not seen. Actually, I think I did see some of the Team USA's outfits. What are your favorite outfits?
I'm gonna go Brazil. They had these. I think it was Moncler. They had these down coats that were long, like mid thigh to below the knee. And when they opened the coat, it was the Brazilian flag on the inside.
Okay,
it was very cool.
They think it's like you think you're getting flashed, and then unfortunately, it's a Brazilian flag.
The Mongolian team had these like beautiful cashmere outfits. They looked so chic. So that's a star. US is up there for me. I'm trying to think who else. A lot of people are talking about Czech Republic. They just had these like really like pop, like bright patterned sets that are very striking. I would say not like my style per se, but yeah, I would probably go USA, Brazil, Mongolia were my favorites.
Okay, I'll check. I'll have to do more research. I'll check back in and give you my top 5, or I'll judge your podium for best outfits.
Okay, great. And then now we're in competition, which is wonderful. I've been catching a little bit of the figure skating. I've been catching the downhill. Unfortunately, our girl Lindsey Vonn had a crash today, so we've been on this pod. We've been following her incredible comeback, which is in no way lesser because of this crash, but she crashed a week before, tore her ACL, and then competed. She came through unscathed in her downhill time trial, like practice run that you have to complete to compete. And then she crashed. I'm like just catching up on it. I haven't gotten to her run yet, but she apparently crashes and has to be airlifted out, which like you just hate to see. But in some ways it feels symbolic that she gave it everything, and there's no matter how great a story, no matter how hard you work, like sport owes you nothing. And she crashed horribly, and I hope she's okay, and I'm sure that she's getting incredible care, but yeah, I'm sure she would have preferred a different outcome. Obviously, we all would have, but in some ways it's, I don't know, it like pulls out at a heartstring of like she's given
Well, yeah,
everything to the sport.
you've given everything when you're airlifted out of there. You don't see
Hate
that
to say it.
much.
You don't. You don't. No.
I didn't actually see the crash. Was it like in the middle of the?
It was
At what point of
like
the run?
very early on.
Very early. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, get the
Yeah.
choppers ready, boys. That was a rough fall.
That we got to scoop this gal up.
Drop that thing down. Let's get her. Yeah, it's rough, but that is sport for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like few people get to the. We've talked about it on here a bit before, but few really just ride off into the sunset at their highest.
It's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
It's nearly impossible. And Will and I were talking about this over the weekend of the athlete brain and how nothing is ever enough.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever enough. It's like, in hindsight, as spectators, it's like, oh, well, maybe she shouldn't have raced right before the games. But your athlete brain says otherwise, of like, well, I'm actually going for the globe. Meaning their world championship, basically. Sort of like the Diamond League trophy. Skiing also has this like league wide at the end of the year culmination trophy. And it's like, you just like, when you are trying to be one of the best in the world, you just have this insatiable desire for more. And it is what makes people great, but it is also can be your biggest demise. And you and I have talked about this in our careers of like how we just are so wrapped in the next achievement, the biggest achievement. Well, if that went well, like how much better, like if I trained a little bit more, like how much better could the next thing go? Or like you're a little hurt and you're just in denial of the severity because you just like you always want more. And that can come back to absolutely haunt you in ways that, are especially when you're skiing 80 miles an hour down a mountain, that can bite you in ways that are life threatening. So, yeah, it's just like, it is sort of just a classic case of an athlete being an athlete, and like good luck talking sense into someone who the only sense that or the only thing that means anything in those situations is like achievement and more, and like bigger stages, more glory. What else can I get out of my body? And yeah, we unfortunately see it take its toll from time to time.
And when you're at the top, the financial incentive for you to continue is enormous. It's like, okay, like when you're performing your best, there's more financial opportunities. People want to see you more. So it's hard to just actually retire at the very top. It usually just doesn't work like that.
Right.
Has anybody? I mean, it's in a sport like you were saying. They're going 80 miles an hour down the hill. Has anybody died? Has there been a death at the Winter Olympics from somebody crashing? Anybody just veer off course and run straight into a tree?
Well, they wouldn't be able to run into a tree. Like there are gates and things.
I could figure it out.
Okay. So yes, there have been deaths at the Winter Olympics in 2010. Nodar, this is going to be a tough last name for me. Nodar Kumaratashvili. Kumaratashvili from Georgia died during a luge training run at the Vancouver Games in 2010. A Swiss guy died in 92 crashing into a snow grooming machine during speed skiing. 1964 was another luge practice crash death, and 1964 again, 2 deaths in 1964. An Australian died during a downhill training run.
Okay, so luge has the highest body count, I think, and then it's just on the training runs with skiing.
Yeah.
And then
How fast do they go?
And then some guy got ran over by a snow grooming machine.
That doesn't sound good.
The the guy who is driving that snow groomer. He's like, is he not going to move? This is a big machine. He's got to be able to hear me coming. Just runs right into him.
Okay, this is crazy. Luge athletes can exceed 90 miles an hour, 96 miles an hour on certain tracks. They're keeping up with Sha'Carri.
They would be in the lane next to Sha'Carri, just barely getting edged out by her.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They are flying.
That's crazy. And their bodies are just on this
on like a little
sled.
toboggan.
I saw a really funny meme this week that was like the 2-person luge looks like a lie that got really out of hand.
They're like basically right on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of segues perfectly into the headline that was kind of circulating about the skier who was, I believe, banned.
God.
Was he was banned for injecting his penis with
hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid, a very popular and skincare for your face. Hyaluronic acid, and it basically plump you right up, and he was doing a little penis plump, and was banned. And now is he banned from the games because of it? Too girthed up.
So here's why they do it.
Yeah.
So it's all about the suit. So the suit cannot be more than, what is it? Like 4 centimeters larger than the surface area of your body. So when you're like getting measured for your, like, what is the ski jumping? What is like the official?
It's the long distance ski jumping.
Long distance ski jumping. That is the official sport. So you can't have your suit be too loose, because then, like, think about like a flying squirrel suit. Squirrel. So the suit has to be like measured to your body, and it has to be like highly regulated, closely skimming to your body. So a way to cheat is to pump up your junk so that your junk is bigger, and then you can have more material in that area that acts like a sail. So you're getting pumped up before you get measured, so that your suit is then bigger. So then you basically create this like crotch sail. And what's crazy is for every 2 centimeter increase in the crotch sail, you lift by 5%. You get like an increase in like how much
5%,
or like how 5%, which
That's
is
huge.
an extra almost 6 meters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for just 2 centimeters. So if you're thinking about, I mean, like, what a great scam to run.
It's absolutely brilliant.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
What is so? Well, this. I mean, now my mind's going in lots of ways. But what is stopping these guys from? Have you see like wearing a enormous fake penis? Because you almost want to have the biggest drop off from enlarged hyaluronic acid penis down to micro penis, so that you can have the biggest sail, a crotch sail, as you called it. Is there somebody that is this? Because if it makes such a big difference, there must be like a doctor that is watching you put the suit on to make sure that's your real penis. Like imagine you're putting on that your suit, and you're measuring it, and then there's somebody there's like looking at everything and being like, there's no way that's his actual penis. That's full. That thing is full of hyaluronic acid. Hey, that cannot be real.
So I was just Googling to see if someone got banned, and apparently these are just rumors.
What?
Rumors of this happening. Like, nobody is banned. It's being referred to as Crotchgate.
Crotchgate. Okay, so this is just vicious rumors about a guy who's well endowed.
I mean, their international governing body had to come out, the regulatory body had to come out and be like, this is a wild rumor. Nobody's injecting their junk. Like, stop talking about it. But
they want to sweep this thing under the rug.
They want to sweep it under the rug, but like, we're not going to let it go. It's so funny. The folks that are close to me know my sick sense of humor. So the amount of people who sent this to me, I'm like, do you not think I am abreast of Crotchgate? Like, I'm here. Like, I feel like I was the original uncoverer of Crotchgate. Like, these are the type of news stories. This is the type of news I want to be seeing in the world. Like, if the worst that we're doing is Crotchgate, like, we're in a great place. And I love it. Like, this is fascinating to me. It's hysterical.
It's crazy how big those tiny little differences make in, or I guess
it's
not
crazy
tiny.
How big these tiny
you say
gates
like a little bit of hyaluronic acid in your dick can make you, and then wait, but you're putting, these are the rumors, right? You're injecting while the suit is getting measured to give you a bigger suit, and then come race day, the acid's out of there somehow.
You're sailing on that thing.
You're de-plumped up, and and you've got more suit to go farther.
Correct.
Okay.
It would be interesting, like, when you're drug tested, you have to pull your pants down to your ankles.
Yeah.
And then they watch you pee because of this. Like, because people would like put prostheses to like have clean pee and get that pee in a cup.
Exactly.
Like,
put on a fake dick, like and you piss. And so that's why it's like, is there somebody who's making sure all these penises are legit during putting the suit on? Because
and how could you test for that? Like,
someone's got to go over there and yank on it, I guess. Feel it. Give a couple tugs, see if it comes off.
It's just Bill Gates.
They were like, we got the guy for this. You know him well. Slips you some antibiotics in the process. Who the hell knows? But that is quite. That's a fun story.
It's a fun story. It's the best story of the week.
Because I had, when I first heard about it, I thought it was like these guys who had like really big dicks they were flying farther and getting like pulled down the mount because they're just leaning. You've seen them on the skis? They're leaning so far forward. I just thought like that big old dong is just like pulling them super far. I didn't realize that they were now that this is what was going on. And this is sport for you, right? Like, where people are going to do absolutely everything and anything they can do to get the edge. They are edging. Actually, that'd be a great one too. Because you could just, let's say you were edging, you were kind of getting some blood flow into that thing before the suit measurement. Just fluffing yourself up a bit. No, hyaluronic acid.
Nothing. No. Yeah. I don't need an extra dose of anything to get this suit right where I need it to be.
Yeah, I'll get some blood in there myself. Have you heard about athletes? This was a rumor. Now, I don't know if this is true, but like that your testosterone would spike if you almost you almost come before a race. You're basically edging right before a race to get a testosterone spike.
That's not right. That can't be. Yeah, that can't be.
It was a rumor that was going around, and I think I would love to see the science on it.
Going around where?
Just going around. I'm like, great question, very good question. Where was it going around? Just like just my circles.
And like in what sport? Like in track and field?
100%, yeah.
No.
Yes.
You got
like
those gray half tights on.
Yeah, Fog Dog was probably edging himself up before that race. So you get like you're just like peaking your testosterone without going over the edge, so to speak. I'm gonna do some more digging on it and see if that could possibly be true. And if it is true, there are people out there doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. With the outfits in track and field, I just don't think it's tenable.
But I mean, that's first off. There's nothing wrong. Like, if anything, it's helping out the look for pre-race. I think there's something to this, and I will report back on it.
Keep me abreast.
I'll keep you abreast. I know you like to have this information first.
Yeah, I do. In not so great news, so much other shit has happened. We got Savannah Guthrie's mom is kidnapped.
I didn't even know Savannah Guthrie's mom was kidnapped.
What?
There's a lot of other shit going on.
Well, so there's a link here. And this could just be like, I have been down the rabbit hole a little bit too much, but allegedly Savannah Guthrie was a big reporter on the Epstein files.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily the files, but like on the like reporting with a lot of the victim stories.
Yeah.
That's like what the internet is saying. I don't know whether the kidnapping is correlated to her reporting or not. But Savannah Guthrie's mom has been kidnapped. Savannah Guthrie is not at the Olympics to report because they're trying to find her mom.
Yeah, she's looking for her mom.
Yeah.
That is, and she reported on the Epstein victims
and has for years. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably not. I mean, the timing would be pretty crazy. So we'll see. I mean, I know what you're implying, and you're implying that because she was doing the Epstein reporting, now they are taking her mom hostage?
I don't know.
It's a bad time for her mom to go missing, not have her phone, maybe she's lost. How old is her mom?
She is 84, no dementia, is of complete sound mind and body. Was
84-year-olds usually don't get kidnapped.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, kidnap is the word. Usually,
I mean, he's the exact opposite of those guys' type. An 84-year-old, they're like, "Are you joking?" They're like, "We'd love to kidnap an 8 or a 4-year-old, but 84 just doesn't work for us."
Horrible. Now I will say that just an underline on this. This is just me, going down the rabbit hole of the case, but they haven't not identified a suspect or a person of interest. There were ransom notes.
There were. Okay, here we go. Let's lead with these.
Mm-hmm. I haven't read the ransom notes, but yeah, really, really crazy. People are just taking this lady's mom and have ransom notes. I don't know. Very sad. Very crazy.
Yeah, absolutely insane week in news.
Tell us more, Eric.
Well, let's see. I guess where to even begin?
I started with I led in with like a softly. I mean, it's very sad, but like
That was
I'm gonna let you take it away. That was me. That was my segue
Yeah,
into
okay.
the bad news of the week.
You were like, I think a good way to break the ice is that Savannah Guthrie's mom has been kidnapped, and now you can take it from here with, let's see, I guess all of the most powerful people and leaders in the world are pedophiles, sex trafficking children, maybe eating them, maybe satanic worshipping. Where to even begin, Aisha?
I'm so tired of this.
I
mean, this is what's so crazy. It's like thousands of women have come forward.
Oh yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's happening.
But yeah, and we need to like wait for these files to come out to believe anything that like everyone has been screaming for decades. Yeah, I really hope something happens, but it just seems like there's just more and more and more distraction away from what's happening. Like the Trump, whatever his stupid social media thing is, depicting he like facing a hold Barack and Michelle Obama onto some apes dancing. It's like, and like post that this is the president of the United States. It's like extremely racist post, like anything to distract from the Epstein files at this point. And it's just like garbage after garbage after garbage. It's like, it's really starting to piss me off.
I mean, Trump's racist stuff is the least of his problems right now. I mean,
which is crazy to say.
That the racist stuff, the least of his issues right now. It's absolutely insane what's going on. If we've ever needed a revolution more, it's right now. But nothing's gonna happen. You can't imagine anybody going to jail. I mean, I know it's the most powerful people in the world. It's like everybody is implicated. We're all fucked. What are we can't do shit. If it's one of these, you see the news and if you were to watch like a movie about this, you'd be like, well, you almost had me, but it's just too unbelievable to be true.
It's too far-fetched. Right.
It's too far-fetched. And now it's actually like these files come out and you're like, wow, these guys are fucking sick. And it's all
yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, it really, you could sit here talking about this for days, years, lifetimes, and you wouldn't even get to the bottom of how much stuff and things that Epstein was actually behind. I mean, I was talking about this with friends. I'm like, this guy had more than 24 hours in a day. The amount of stuff this guy was behind.
It's up to, yeah.
I'm like, this guy he wasn't taking any caffeine resets.
No, he was not.
Like,
you can't do
behind
this.
Everything.
You can't be a nefarious puppeteer.
Like, without
caffeine.
In Forrest Gump, basically Forrest is behind all these cool things throughout history. This is like Jeffrey Epstein, except with all horrible stuff.
Yeah.
They go, oh, he's behind that too?
God, what can't he do?
Oh my God, he was even kind of behind the 2008 financial housing collapse. This guy was like a absolutely evil, brilliant, fucking insane dude.
Yeah.
The amount of strength, he was like the most powerful person on the planet. He had everybody in his pocket.
The amount of evil, it defies any logic or physical force on earth that I can imagine. Like the amount of evil from this man is crazy.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. So much. I don't even know where to go with that one. We could really talk,
Well, look,
he had honeypotted every single person. It's like, guys, just he knew that every single guy, he's like, what did it guys like doing? We're going to throw a party and I'm going to implicate these guys with sex. Every single one. You got oldest trick in the book. You got them all. They're all sick. It's all absolutely crazy. He's probably still alive somewhere. Everything is still on the table now.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you were to be like, oh, the files came out, he's still alive. I'm like, yeah, obviously. Pizza Kid Show. Yeah. They were eating kids. They were sacrificing kids. Yeah. No, of course. Yeah. Of course they were. Yeah, of course. That's how it goes. We're going to sacrifice a couple kids. Yeah, of course. We got our own island. We're trafficking in kids through a submarine. We got a trap door in the house. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Unfortunately, nothing's off the table.
Everything is back on the table now, and I can't imagine that what's gonna come from it now. I know that I've seen stuff that Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton are gonna like testify. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or what that would bring about, but it's just hard to imagine that the most powerful people on the planet are actually going to be held accountable for it when they're the ones who are
in charge.
It's like, what's a judge gonna put these people away? I'm like, Epstein has shit on everybody. The judges are in there too.
You know who's not in there? Barack Obama.
There you go, baby. Barry's not in there. That's why
Barry's not in there.
Trump's like, let's do a face in the hole. So Obama wasn't in it at all.
No.
Huge. Should we? I'm like, do we go keep talking about the satanic pedophile leaders, or do you want to talk about something else?
End the podcast? No. Let's just remember that you promised us last week you were going to go into politics and you're going to sort this out.
I did, and I think we had a couple voicemails and people were being like, "I'm on your side and I will help you run this campaign." So,
Eric, to the rescue.
I'm officially putting my hat in, and I will.
I just want you to go and punch everyone.
It's if we back in the day, this is where you start burning people at the stake, right?
Yeah.
Like this is
You're bad.
You sharpen the guillotine.
You're
and you
very bad.
And you just start rolling heads through the streets. It's easy. There's no judge. Okay, here we go. You just start cutting people's heads off and revolting in the street. We're no longer in those days. It's a shame because if we could use it. We've never needed to start fresh more. Crazy. Everyone needs to be burned at this. Basically, everybody needs to be burned at the stake.
Witches.
100%.
Evildoers.
Stone them in the street. Everybody pick up a stone, chuck it.
I think we solved it.
Everyone feel better.
Everybody would honestly feel better. Have you ever seen those like rooms where you can go in and destroy stuff?
Yeah, rage room.
I think I could really enjoy a rage room right now.
There's like a rage room full of 20 people, and they just put in different people who have been implicated in the Epstein files, and you can just and everybody picks up something. That's how you get rid of them. And then you walk out of the rage room like, Jesus, that really got out of hand.
Brick killed the guy.
Jesus, that was bad. You're like, are we sure that he did what they claim he did? Because that was really ugly. Anyway,
yeah.
Jacob Kiplimo's half marathon record got DQ'd, huh? How about that pivot?
Just great segue. If you've stayed with us this long, hopefully you're okay. Because we're not sure we are. But yeah, so Jacob Kiplimo ran the half marathon world record, and the pace car, like the lead car, was too close. Like he was too close to the lead car.
Yeah.
So it is, functioning as a draft mechanism. So his world record did not get ratified. Do I have the story correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Has this ever happened before? If I'm Jacob Kiplimo,
I'm pissed.
I'm like suing. That's a huge. That's. I mean, he broke the record because who has Yomif Kajelka has the record right now. I believe it like 57:40. Kiplimo, I think, ran 56:30 in that race. I mean, that's to take that much time off of a record. Clearly, the car was doing a lot of work, maybe, possibly, but the race organizers, it's got to be on them. Of course, it's
right?
on them.
Yeah,
it's not on Kiplimo for running,
running too fast. That
he's catching the car can't. And also, if you're Kiplimo, you're doing the exact same thing. You're getting right into that slipstream of the vehicle. It's doing an insane amount of work. Let's be honest. If we're gonna be but it'd be impossible. What are you gonna do if you're him? Like not take advantage of it, like run to the side, not take the tangent. This is because there's so much financial benefits for Jacob Kiplimo. You get that half marathon world record.
Oh, right.
Big payday.
Huge payday.
To have a world record taken away from you from something that's out of your control. That's something that. So where did he set that record?
Was it Valencia?
I was going to say Valencia, but I don't know if that's just because everybody runs fast in Valencia, and I'm like shot in the dark. Probably Valencia. You rarely see this in
Barcelona.
Mm-hmm. Very wild. I wonder. Has there been has anyone put out a statement? Has the Barcelona half marathon been like at least said, "Hey, we really fucked up there"? Who was driving that car? I want names.
It's crazy too because so what I'm reading is that the Barcelona race organizers, they might appeal ? But it sucks because it's really not Jacob's fault at all. Like I'm looking at images and it's not as if there were a bunch of lead cars and a bunch of traffic that like the car couldn't speed up.
Yeah.
It just is unfortunate. Like, and this is part of why the breaking to Kipchoge stuff wouldn't count for a world record because they were using the car on purpose as a wind break.
Breaking wind,
yeah. But yeah, not his fault. Very crazy. I think he's come out to say, I think he has a statement. Let's see. My statement would be like, this is bullshit. I didn't do it. Like, not my problem.
I mean, it's not. I wonder how far back from the car legally you would need to be for a world record to count, right? Because also, I mean, let's say, as we know, you got to take, as we know, because of the hyaluronic acid in people's penises, you got to take every single thing to do to try and get these performance edges. Let's say I had Kiplimo's coach in the car and you're like, hey, buddy, slow down. Ease up off the gas. Let's keep it a little bit closer for him. Now, is there anything like that going on? Okay,
I found the statements. So Kiplimo has said, I'd rather not say anything until I read the full report, but don't forget the time may not be an official world record, but it's still at the top of the list. Great political answer. Much better than my fuck this answer. The Barcelona organizers statement is no rule specifies the distance a lead car must maintain from the front runner. The official report from the World Athletics referee states that the vehicle did not benefit the athlete. We will study all the documentation and, if deemed appropriate, take the necessary steps to prove the validity of the mark. So it appears this is not over, but it doesn't look good.
That's interesting. It sounds kind of like it was planned. I think like I'm gonna go out there now. Maybe like I've been ingesting a lot of Epstein files, so a lot
of conspiracy theories running through your and my brain this week.
Every conspiracy is on the table, right? But sounds like they were in cahoots and like, hey, look, keep the car a certain distance from Jacob. We want this. This is going to be a fast pace. This car is going to break a little bit of wind. And no, it doesn't say that for a valid world record that there needs to be any sort of distance between the lead car and the athlete. So we haven't broken any rules. We're gonna fight this. Caplimo kind of said the same thing. Like, hey, we're not, because if let's say you're not in any sort, if it's 100% you weren't planning this, you would have more of a you statement where you're like, this was fucked up. I don't know. It's not my fault that the lead car didn't drive faster. I think there might be a little bit of planning that went into this. I mean, to run 56:30, to take basically 50 seconds off of an absolutely insane world record in the first place. You're going to need some help from a car. And now maybe you just maybe you got a belt with a rope tied to it, and the car is then just dragging you through the streets, like what we should be doing with the people on the Epstein files. But it will be curious to see what the if there's, because what do you mean an investigation's going on? What? You got enough to investigate.
There's too much investigating going on.
Too much investigating. It's like, hey, Jacob Kiplimo, stay off the streets because we're stoning politicians there. Okay, we'll get to your investigation in a little bit. You never see this, so it's
you never see it.
You never see it, so it's especially for a world record. I mean, it's one thing, somebody wins a race and the cars follow, you're following the car a bit. People would maybe be like, that was kind of weird. But for it to happen in a world record, it's just very rare. Never happens.
Very rare. We've had some track and field this weekend over in Europe. So as we alluded to, there is a full circuit that happens in the world with indoor races akin to the Diamond League, but takes several stops around the world. It's heavily European centric, but we had our two meets in the US, New Balance Indoor Grand Prix and Millrose Games. Now they are back across the pond, and we had two meets that I've been watching are the indoor meeting Karlsruhe and the Metz Moselle Athletor Credit Mutual meeting in France. Whatever.
Yeah. Name really rolls off the tongue.
It really rolls off the tongue. It's fun. I find it fun when I love being part of such an international sport where I have to go look for results. The results are in a different language. And you just pick up little words of okay, I guess this is, I'm looking for the 1500 meter Frauen. Mm-hmm. Okay. And now I'm looking for whatever it is in French here. You gotta know how to navigate all of these foreign results pages. So I was looking at Karlsruhe first, and we had a really great women's 1500. I'm sorry, Frauen. Mm-hmm. Won by Georgia Hunter Bell in a world lead, 4:04.
Oh, great run.
Yep. Birgit Heilum ran 4:08. Agathe Guillemot, the French woman who we saw race at World Cross, 4:02.12 for a national record. Gemma Ricci hopped back across the pond, ran 4:03 after Millrose. So exciting to see Georgia Hunter Bell coming out swinging. We get to our first glance into Elise Cranny's racing after moving to Manchester to the M11 track club, as well as another new ad, Gabriella Stafford. Oh wait, no, sorry, Lucia Stafford is in the group, the sisters. I didn't even, I just assumed this was Lucia, but now I'm reading it out loud. It's Gabriella. Wins the 3K in 8:34.94. We haven't seen her race a ton. She's had some pretty serious injury and illness issues the last few years. So good to see her back. Elise Cranny second, 8:37.06.
Good showing by M11.
Yeah, good showing. And in the field, a lot of great women. So good racing there. I didn't look at the Manon results. Let's see what the men were up to.
So no Keeley from the M11 club.
I'm not seeing Keeley here. No.
Great. Georgia Hunter Bell, 4 flat season opener, very fast for indoors.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how Elise adjusts to this new group. What you said, she ran 8:34, 8:36, something like that. She's run incredibly fast before. Might take her a little bit to get up and going, get used to this new training, but it'll be great to see if she can get back to peak fitness and form.
8:37 is what she ran. Her PB is 8:29.
Yeah,
but a great opener.
Yeah, great
opener to be fighting for the win. That's what we'd love to see. Nothing really exciting on the men's side, but we have Femke Bowles 800 to report on.
Was this the meet where Femke ran 159?
Different meet. So that was in, is Karlsruhe in Germany would be my guess. This looks like it's in German.
Yeah.
And then Metz is in France, and Femke won her race.
Yep.
1:59.07 national record.
Great. I mean, this is a very big debut. One of the top athletes in the world. New event. 1:59.0. That's great. That's a very strong opener for some. I mean, if you're M11 watching that, you go, fuck. She looks good. 1:59.0.
Looks good.
Be great it'll be really interesting to see where she progresses from here. But she's clearly going to be a threat to that 800 podium, 100%.
It's also exciting for her to start this journey with a world indoors, because it's high stakes because it's a global championship, but it's sort of low stakes because it's not the outdoor championship. Like, she gets to experience the tactics. Like, we've talked about how important your tactics are indoor. And if you can get your tactics right indoor, then it'll translate outdoor. But you also get this experience of running rounds, running in, tight packs and quarters, and experiencing indoor track feels more high contact,
for sure,
more high octane. So it's in some ways like a more intense parlay into the 800, but it's also, you have more chances later in the season. Like I think it is the perfect move, the perfect time for her to be trying a new event. I think especially in a quote unquote off year, now not quite so off with World Ultimate. And if you're a Commonwealth athlete, you have Comm Games, which is a huge deal, but it's not an Olympic year. It's not a world championship year, but you have this great, great, great opportunity with World Indoor. So I think anybody who's considering trying a different event is like, this is the year of experimentation. This is the year where people move training groups. This is the year where people get new coaches. This is the year that everybody has babies. This is the year that there is a lot of opportunity to explore what else could be, and to really lean into that growth mindset of there are other things that we can do to sort of think outside of the box. I love it.
Yeah, I think like you said, I think it's a perfect time for her to be opening up in the 800. It's because you're also going to get like that forgiveness. It's like the freshman forgiveness of okay,
Mm-hmm.
she's yes, there she's one of the best athletes in the world, but it's a new event, so if she kind of runs poorly in the 8 at Worlds, if she decides to do it, it's like okay, yeah, well, she's figuring it out, and your tactics have to be so dialed in the 800s indoors. There's not a lot of laps to navigate. You can't really get in bad positions. You just there's more consequences for bad tactical errors indoors rather than outdoors. So yeah, it's a good way for her to figure out the event. It seems like they because Femke is known for really the 400 hurdles, and it's so much. There couldn't be anything more different from like the 400 hurdles in terms of tactics. Like it's not you're staying in your lane the entire
Right.
track, the entire one lap of the track, and there couldn't be anything more different than the 800, especially 800 indoors. You're gonna have to figure out how to run alongside people in a pack. Obviously, she's unbelievably talented, and so she's out the gates 159.0. So it's not even like she was 159 high, it's just under 2. She was well under 2. I think we were talking about like, oh, what's the over under? What would be like the Femke Bowl FanDuel line for her 800 opener? I think somebody said 158 high. I thought was a good one. But yeah, clearly already very, very good at it. So it'll be cool to see where she goes from here.
I need to check the tape. I need to watch just to see. It's interesting too, like we haven't seen her operate at this pace. Like we don't know what it looks like. So I definitely need to study up and see how she looks, how she's moving around the track.
I mean, yeah, I didn't see the right because it happened.
Just happened.
Just
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So we need to do a little film study sesh.
We gotta check the film. We gotta check some film.
Yeah.
We gotta study. Next on the circuit for our American friends is USA Indoors.
Yep. Well, so we got what is
Right?
is JDL? We got like a few.
Oh yeah, you're right.
JDL Fast Track. That's
Mhm.
always that's down in North Carolina, I believe.
Winston-Salem.
Always a very fast meet.
They got a new track.
They got. Oh, is it brand new?
Yeah, they have a new bank track in there.
Oh, it's banked now?
Yeah.
What the hell? It was known as the fastest flat 200-meter track, I believe they're saying, in the world.
Dare they say in the world. That was always such a fun meet. So an interesting look under the curtain of track and field is you aren't paid immediately. Like you go to these races, you need to like have all the drug testing clear, and then months and months go by, and then you get paid randomly your prize money from something. And like when you're not, for me, when I started in the sport, I was not one of the best in the world. I was really scraping by, trying to make ends meet. And the JDL Fast Track, we started calling the JDL Payday because there is a benefactor that has funded a lot of track and field initiatives in Winston-Salem, like namely building the track and attracting this meet. And you go to, I believe, their home after, if this is a long time ago, so if memory serves, I think we went to their home and they like had this huge reception for all of us and like other folks that were involved with the meet. And you'd go and you'd like, it kind of looked like a wedding, but they like had a bunch of like gold shoes and like Monopoly money as the like as the centerpieces of these tables. And you were like given a check with your prize money that night, which is just like, it doesn't happen in track. Like it's pretty unprecedented. And I just remember being like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like it as a track athlete, you're usually waiting for months and months for those checks to clear. But yeah, so when I always have to think like, Okay, JDL fast. Is it payday or is it fast track? I think it's both.
Is the prize money still as good as it was? I would imagine.
I
I
don't
would
know.
hope. You don't hear about it as much, but yeah, it was a very big payday, especially for an indoor meet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't know it. So it's now a bank track. That kind of
Oh
pisses
yeah,
me off.
6K for the win, 6,000, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000, and then it kind of breaks down from there.
So that's
Um,
when it is that is that next weekend? Or because we've got BU Valentine, that's another fast one. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
um you've got some guys shooting after you got the 16-year-old sensation Ruth going after I think a 3,000. I think it's a 3,000 meter time there. And
at Valentine or
I
at,
think I
at
think it's at I think he was supposed to
JDL.
race JDL. I think they pulled the plug
Okay,
on JDL and are now going up to Boston for
lame.
the Valentine meet, and that will be so. I think that's next weekend, and then USA's will be after that. When is
Okay.
is USA's the beginning of March? That sounds about right.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the other meets. I was thinking that USA's was the last. I was thinking USA's was the 19th, but that's not right. I think that's like the Masters. USATF Indoor Championships 2026. It is in Ocean Breeze out on Staten Island. When is this bad boy? It is February 28th through March 1st. So yeah, I was a little off there. So yeah, we've got a little bit more racing to happen from now until then. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just jealous that I didn't have like BU. I never raced BU in my prime, but like I enjoy going
You're a
there. Like
hater.
it's fun, but I just want to see pros race at pro meets. Like I don't know. I don't love the BU thing.
You don't the like the time trial type of thing. Well, if it is, well, let's say you want pros to race at pro meets. Well, if you get these fields at BU that basically are just pro meets, it is kind of
I
a
think my
pro meet.
issue is sure, you're right, but another issue I have is like some athletes run so much faster at BU than they run
Mm-hmm.
anywhere else in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So in some ways BU feels artificial, and it's not every athlete. Like some athletes like run really well, and then they run faster outdoors and the year goes on and blah blah blah. But there are a number of athletes that like are far and away better and faster at BU than they are anywhere else in the world, and I don't love that. Like I don't know what it is, but it just and I understand to like get into the races, like you need to have the fast times, but like if you can't run that fast anywhere else, what's the point?
Well, yeah, but those people won't last. Those people won't last. So it's like, okay, yeah, if they run really fast at BU and they don't run fast at all anywhere else, it's not like they've got it. They won't be making it to the big races
You're right.
anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
let them
I'm
run
just
their
a
fast
geezer.
time. Yeah, you're just mad you never raced at BU, and that's okay. It's okay to be mad you never raced at BU.
I didn't race there in my prime. I raced there when I was old, but yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Just I'm showing my geezerdom of like
well
what
now,
even are these times?
well now especially because do indoor times count for World Ultimate? Because World Ultimate, it's just a descending order list of who's getting in.
But I think it's descending order on world rank, not
That's what
time.
it's just world rank. I was because for some reason I thought it was time. It makes sense. It's world rank. You have to
It
win
wouldn't.
big.
Yeah, like if I know anything about world athletics, it's not going to be descending order list based on time.
Yeah. Okay. And it's not, and it's just descending order. Let's say it is world rank. It's descending order lists, and it's not like every country gets a certain allotment of slots.
It can be unlimited. Like you could have an all US
Yeah, I like that.
race. Yeah, I do too. It is like the absolute best of the best.
And it's going to incentivize people to stop doing BU type of things and racing big meets that get you a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we got some big dogs that are doing USA's. Cole Hawkers after a huge win at Milrose in that 2 mile. He's going to be doing and look, kind of speaking on like BU, like that Armory track seems like equally as fast.
Oh, yeah.
If you had the tracks are going to catch up to BU. It's just because everybody goes there to run fast. It's in everybody's head that it's the fastest track in the world. You get on that track, you're like, everybody tells me it's you have to run fast there. If you started giving that much hype to a lot of other tracks, people would go there and start running incredibly fast too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like back in the day, everybody would go to Palo Alto and race at Stanford early in the season because it's like magic.
Yeah, and then you get there and you're like, there's absolutely nothing magic about this place.
Yeah. It's the same thing with
because
Monaco
it's a good
Diamond
field.
League.
Yeah. It's a great field. I'm like, maybe there's something in Monaco.
There might be something with that track because it's not on the ground. There's like a few levels.
Where the fuck
beneath.
is it?
It's like on floor 4 of this stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm just hearing about this now. It's on floor 4.
Or whatever. Like it's not on the ground floor. Maybe it's on floor 3, but it's not. The track is not on the ground.
We're talking about Monaco. We're not talking about the Armory.
I'm talking about Monaco.
Okay, because that is also the case in the Armory.
That is the case at the Armory. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, why are these?
I just watched your head. It's floors? Like, God, we just have too many conspiracies going.
What the fuck is going on? We need an investigation. I'm like, Stanford needs to raise their track at least 2 or 3 floors. Put it in a building.
Yeah.
Put it in a building. Let's get Jeffrey Epstein behind this. Let's put. He would 100, like, the dude loves sending emails. You'd send him something, he'd get right back to you. He said, you're 100% right. I've been looking into this. Every track should be 2 or 3 floors above ground. 100%.
It's a lot of emails.
He's like, also, do you want to come over for pizza and grape soda and hot dogs and torture kids? Like, Jesus. I'm actually not that hungry. Jeff, I'm actually not that hungry. But
never email me again.
Get back to me about the funding for the floor 3 track. I don't want to go to the island. Cool. What else happened in the did anything happen in the track and field world, or should we take a few voicemails?
I think we could take some voicemails.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
This is your friends from Milrose, Hannah and Amy. We talked to you about the free piece. But anyway, on our way to the Milrose games, we were listening to the pre-show, and we've come up with an idea for a rail riders drinking game. So here's what happens. You drink every time you guys mention FanDuel, Kyle going to jail, Aisha belly laughs or talks about her hydration, or Eric says something that is going to get him canceled. Okay? I hope that works. Love ya. Bye.
Okay, great voicemail. Hi, it was really great to meet you at Milrose. And that is a great drinking game. So I believe they would have hit everything. We didn't talk about Kyle going to jail this podcast, but we did have hydration. We had I have laughed.
Uh-huh.
We've said stuff to get us canceled, both of us this time.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Yeah, we'd be blackout drunk. We'd have to get our stomachs pumped every single episode.
Yeah.
It's a fun drinking game if you're looking to get hammered.
Yeah, and we can get you there. I think that's a great game.
Yeah, we'll do it one day.
I don't do enough drinking games like that. Like, I feel like that was like those types of rules drinking games are maybe the best. Like, I am doing bets to pay attention to sports games, but I could do a drinking game to pay attention to a sports game too.
Okay, yeah. So that's there's a lot of drinking games I'm not really into. I'm not really into like I like the classics. Beer pong, Beirut, whatever you want to call it. That's my number one. I want to play like things like that, flip cup. Like I don't really want to do sit around like what's
The Power Hour.
Power Hour. I don't hate Power. It's not my least favorite game by a long shot. I don't want to do like the card games where it's like King's Cup or whatever it's called. I don't want to do that. I actually don't want to have rules placed on me. I don't want to do that at all. That's just kind of what I'm into. We can, take it as you will, but that's what I'm into.
Yeah, I agree. Flip Cup's my favorite.
Fun, high energy, everybody loves it. It creates a real team camaraderie. Vibes are always high.
Vibes are always high.
People are getting wasted. It's you can't like fake a flip cup. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Winners and losers. All right, ready for another?
You bet.
Hey, Eric and Aisha. My name is Griffin. I live in Washington, D.C. I heard last week's call about politicians and running. Being in the Capitol and being a runner, I got a little insight on that.
Ooh.
Curious. Bernie Sanders, he was feeling the burn way back in high school. He ran a 4:37 mile in like leather shoes and shit. So
hell yeah.
That's probably like close to 4 flat in the super shoes era. There's also a race here in D.C. every spring that pits the Supreme Court, members of Congress, executive branch people, so like the White House and their staff, and the media in a 5K road race against one another. It's called the ACLI Capital Challenge. It's staff and it's members of Congress, and the winning member ran a 20-minute 5K last year.
That's good.
I personally believe that whoever has the fastest lifetime 5K PR should get my vote, regardless of party beliefs or anything else. I think that's the new political ideology in the country. So, Eric, you're in a swing state. It's time to start looking at that paperwork, and let's get you down here, get you in the House, get you in the Senate, solely so you can wax the rest of the ACLI Capital Challenge field. Love you guys. Bye.
Great idea.
Sub 20, easy work.
Yeah. That's light work for our boy.
Light work for the boy. Making a strong push for politics, huh?
Everyone's like, we used to think that you'd be canceled, but it turns out cancellation is not a thing. So you're ready.
As long as you're not a satanic pedophile, you've got our vote.
Yeah, perfect.
Easy work. Actually, it seems like it's actually not really easy work. It seems you would think it'd be easier. Not be a satanic pedophile. You're like, yeah, easy, done. And I guess you get to Congress like, fuck, it is so tough. All I have to do is not sacrifice a child. Fuck.
God.
That's all I want to do.
God.
You cross into DC, you're like, how great does torturing somebody sound?
It's so bad. It's so bad. God.
You know what? I am in the mood to torture somebody.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Well, yeah, I think I could at least go sub 20 in the DC 5K. Easy work.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's listen to another.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. This is Alex. I'm calling here. My infant and I listen to a lot of Sidious Mag while I've been on maternity leave, so you've got another growing fan.
Yay!
Yes.
I was kind of just wondering about your thoughts on whether companies, like sponsors, owe athletes anything when you have a situation where, you know, an athlete gets either a medal upgrade or gets a medal later after someone in the race they were in gets doped or, you know, was caught doping, for example. Like, I think there was a situation where, like, I think it was Alicia Montano had gotten a medal for her race, and then I think is going to be acknowledged maybe at the 2028 Olympics.
Yes.
But like, she obviously, you know, lost out on like a lot of sponsorship deals that she could have gotten and a lot of opportunities. And there's so much, you know, financially that's at stake for athletes. I'm curious if you think, you know, if sponsors owe anything to athletes after situations like that where, you know, later medals are upgraded. And then do you think, you know, how do you think athletes also should be celebrated at award ceremonies later when they happen, you know, many years later after the race? So just curious what your thoughts are. Thanks for the podcast. Love it. Bye.
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 Yeah. Okay. I hadn't really thought about this as like a systemic point of change, but if I were an athlete signing a deal, I think I'd want it to be in my contract of like medal upgrade bonuses, whether or not you're still competing or potentially representing another brand or what. Like, I'm not sure how that could legally work, but I would love to see that be in a contract of like, if I place 5th and however many years later, I'm actually bronze, that you pay out like that one-time bonus that you earned at the time. Like that's such a no-brainer. I can't believe we haven't thought about this before.
So
like,
as it stands, are companies doing that in any sort of way?
I've seen some I feel like one of Alicia Montano's sponsors did pay.
Yeah.
And maybe that's revisionist history, but that's something that's in my mind. Like this, like a high profile brand did honor a bonus, but you don't see it very much, and you don't. Yeah, like it's not industry standard at all. But I think it should be, especially because
with how common doping is and how often you're seeing athletes lose medals, things like that, there should be some sort of compensation. Now, let's say, you know, you win a medal, you're doping, but your brand pays you after you get caught doping. Are you required to give that money back, like for let's say a medal? Because I don't think you necessarily are.
I don't
right?
think so.
So
yeah.
It's like the shoe companies or the brands or whatever, they aren't going to be wanting to do this unless that money that they had already paid them, if they're getting it back. They're like, look, we're not shelling out twice. Especially, it's like, let's say, because think about the, what was it, the 2012 women's 1500 where basically, I think Shannon Roberry finished in 6th and has now been upgraded all the way to who knows, like what is she even at, right? I mean, she's on her way to gold.
Yeah.
It might not happen. It might not be gold now, but it seems like it's coming.
Yeah, she's bronze now.
And what did she initially? Where did she
actually finish? She finished 6th,
and is now at bronze. Yeah.
And it's like, first and second are Turkish women who got DQ'd. Gold is BRN Bahrain or Burundi?
I think it's Bahrain.
Yeah, gold is Miriam Jamal from Bahrain. Silver is Abeba Aragawi, who tested positive and later served a ban for, I think, meldonium. And then
what meldonium?
Yeah, don't you remember? That was like the Maria Sharapova heart drug thing.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. And then Shannon is bronze. And behind her was another DQ. So 7th place got DQ'd. So in the race, 1st place DQ'd, 2nd place DQ'd, 4th place DQ'd, 7th place DQ'd, 9th place DQ'd. Helen O'Beary is sitting in 7th, and she was last.
Yeah, it's they really fucked up the timing of those cycles, huh? Jeez. Now, it would be a nice thing for the shoe companies to have some sort of metal payment. It's not going to be industry standard anytime soon. It's not like no. Look, even if it was something where you're not getting a full, what you would have gotten if this happened on the actual race day, but even a little, even something, maybe it's not the 6-figure bonuses like you would be getting if you won it outright, but it doesn't, even something that would show athletes that, you care, and it would go a decent way. As far as, I think the original question asked, podium moment, right? Where it's would you want to be recognized on the podium at some later date? I could see athletes going either way on that. Maybe.
Yeah.
I could see one day me being maybe. Then I depending on my mood, I could be I couldn't care less about standing on a podium years later.
10 years later.
When this for a race that people have forgotten about and I didn't win. It's I don't think the athletes, the moment's gone. You stand on the podium at that World Championships or Olympics or whatever it is. I think the podium moment's kind of out the window if it's a years later catching of, doesn't really do anything for me. But I'm sure other athletes could say different opinions on that.
I think it should at least be offered.
Yeah, you can offer.
I think it should be offered. And the hard part is, it would be nice if at every world championship there was a world championship or Olympic Games, there was a reallocation ceremony. But it's also okay, you're giving me this medal now because you didn't do your job in the moment. You didn't do your job to make sure that I was standing on a clean starting line, and I'm pissed off. Yeah.
You know what they should do? It's how at the Oscars they do an in memoriam every for the the Hollywood actors who have died.
Yeah.
It's you can do an in memoriam every year for the people who have been popped.
Yeah. And everyone's just booing and throwing things at the screen.
Yeah, something like that. That's a good question. I didn't really think about. We've talked a lot about how when how the doping affects people financially, but actually the shoe company, the athletes shouldn't. The people who test positive should have to give that prize money that they won to the athletes. Shouldn't be the shoe brand. That's an easy fix for the shoe brands. They're look, we gave this money to you.
Yeah.
Now,
or
you have to give it to them.
Yeah. Or you know who they actually gave the money to? The agent.
Jeffrey Epstein.
They gave the money to the agent, and then the agent paid the athlete. So maybe the agents have to. Maybe the onus is on the agent to either get the money back from the athletes or pay this shoe brand back.
The agents are going to say, I don't like that.
I didn't take the drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, somebody's got to be responsible. Or
I'm-
at least they'd have to pay back their percentage. I've talked about this ad nauseum. You made 15 to 25% on that. Pay yours back.
That sounds fair. And the agencies are going to need to start figuring out, okay, we're going to need to have a emergency, a whole different account with a whole lot of money in there just for people who are testing positive. If we're going to have to start giving back our 15%. But I could see that. That sounds fine to me. But it's going to be, everybody's going to have to, like, of course, like the agents can give back their 15, 20%, whatever it is. The athletes who test positive have to give it back. But the people who do eventually get upgraded to medals should be financially compensated for it.
Yeah, they should be. They really should be. Maybe there should be some, did you see this, like, Olympians fund?
No.
So I gotta get another tab open.
Actually, hold on. Do you want to know? Did you hear about the speaking of Olympians making a lot of money? Did you hear about the former Olympian? I believe he's a snowboarder from Canada, named Ryan. I believe his name is Ryan Wedding, who was the FBI's most wanted man.
Working for the. Tell me about this.
Now, this is what happened. This is what happens when Olympians retire. They work for the cartel if they're lucky enough. If you're confused about how to pivot from, post-athletic career, look no further than doing exactly what Ryan Wedding did. What an insane story. It was a guy who was running drugs back in, from the he was like just a cartel member from Canada. There's going to be a fantastic, Netflix series, the HBO Max series, Netflix series, documentary on this is going to be fantastic. But what an insane story.
You don't really see the Canadians doing bad stuff that much.
It's so un-Canadian of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, wild. I mean,
So
I don't really know all the the specific details of what was going on, but
look, it's athletes have a little screw loose in their brain. It's the thrill that we're seeking. And sometimes you got to be, I guess, working for the cartel to hit that little dopamine hit that we need.
Crazy story. What a life this guy's lived.
Yeah. Really wild. Okay. So the new, what is this called? I don't know. Sorry, I'm like bumbling to see if there's like an official name this is called. But so a billionaire, Ross Stevens, donated or set up this huge fund so that Team USA athletes will get paid in the future. So Ross Stevens is the founder and CEO of Stone Ridge Holdings Group. He donated $100 million to start a program that gives $100,000 payments and matching life insurance to anyone who earns a spot on Team USA starting this year and going through at least 2032. So they get this $100,000 grant over 4 years. They can use that money for however they want or for whatever they want. And it can be used 20 years after qualifying for the Olympics or once they reach age 45.
I love it.
Yeah. And then after the athlete passes away, then their designated beneficiary receives the second $100,000. So they
What if I want it all now?
Well, you can't have it all now.
Fuck.
You can't have it all now.
Let me email Jeff. He'll give it to me now.
Yeah, but pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, very cool.
Especially in the sports that are less revenue generating, you're not raking it in. So nice little chunk of money to come into when you are likely retired from your sport.
Yeah, that's a really cool project. I'm glad they're doing that.
Yeah, if I had $100 million, I might do something cool like that too.
I'd buy an island. I'd I'd go down the exact same path the Ryan Wedding did. Fucking cool son of a bitch. Buy an island. Leave the kids behind.
Oh God. All right. So what are you doing for the Super Bowl?
I am going to watch it over at my parents' house. I believe it's 6:30 Eastern time. 4:30 Boulder time.
Yep.
I hope the menu is on point. I'm starving right now.
Are you going to bring anything?
I'll pick up some supplies. Yep, I'll get some snacks. Hit the grocery store. Get right. I got to go
What
soon
are your
though.
snacks?
I'm gonna go. I'm a chip guy.
Love chips.
God, I love chips. Love a good chips and guac, chips and queso. I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it, so I'm gonna have to. Once we end this, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
What are you doing for it? Are you watching at your place?
No, we're going to a friend's, and I'm making wings. Hopefully there's a lot of chips.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the designated wing maker of the group. So I make some jerk wings and some buffalo wings, and I will be snacking. I will be stretching so that I may drop it low and salsa my hips for Bad Bunny. And I can't wait.
Yes, it's a big halftime performance for you. Do you have the phone number for voicemails off the top of your head? Oh my God,
yeah, I do. I do. We need some voicemails for next week, friends. Please call in 856-279-0080.
That's 256
856.
That's 856-279-0080.
Yes, please call. Leave us a voicemail. We'll have some more track to talk about next week, and hopefully, fingers crossed that we get more bouts of good news this week, so that when we get on this podcast, we're not all of our hair isn't turning gray, and we have some fun things to talk about. I would love more information with Crotchgate. I would love anything fun, please. I'm just putting it into the universe. Give it to us.
I love it. Good vibrations. Don't hold your breath, but you can hope.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, have a great day. Let me know what your bets are. I'll ride with you on the parlays if they're looking good to me.
Okay. Sounds good.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.